Alright, what we're looking at is a couple of photographs of 200tdi engine. The corrosion actually was holding the timing pulleys on the crank. Alright, and there is a tool available for pulling this off, which is this one here, which is available still. This is a rover tool. Okay, there's 3 parts of this tool. The numbers are along the bottom of the screen as we use the tool, so you get, if you want to buy these or even borrow them, then it's not a problem. The corrosion actually is the biggest problem with pulleys, and if they're a tight fit, they won't be an interference fit, or you would need a puller to pull them off. Okay, the interference comes where the corrosion gets between the two metals, and it's just almost impossible. Okay. Some people actually like now to thread lock these pulleys into place, and a certain Land Rover manual recommends doing it definitely to the crank damper now, okay, to stop them coming off, coming loose and chattering. Okay, in this case, this is corroded. Alright, you can see me, I'm using some emery cloth with WD-40 to remove the corrosion. The WD-40 is quite good. You could use a plethora of stuff, but this happens to be at hand, so that's what I'm using. Alright. This boss here, which I have in my hand, which I'm about to fit, this has 3 bolts. One of them's missing. The set screws are actually Allen keys. Okay, I'll just show you that it actually fits on there, and the slot in it goes over a keyway. Okay. That's important. I'm not using this one. I've got a better one with 3 bolts. Okay, now the bolt threads, in fact, for quite a few of these engines are M5. So I'm just using common bolts here. It's best to use Allen key set screws if you do have one of these tools. However, as it is, the world is not perfect, so I'm using bolts. Alright, so basically this part is in place first, and this is only for the crank timing pulley. Okay, now the other parts of the tool, one goes into the end of the crank. Okay, this boss on the end of the threaded bar is actually a ball bearing. These are quality tools, you get what you pay for. They're made by CHURCHILL, which is a British company. Okay, and these are professional tools. They're designed to be used again and again and again. Obviously they last longer with care, but the ball bearing there is to it's a non-friction mechanism. Okay, so you can put a little bit of force on this tool and it will actually pull, okay, and not waste energy in friction, okay, on the end of the threaded bar. Alright, remember this is quite important when you actually go to buy tools. You need to look how they're designed, if they've got everything in mind. Okay, well this is actually quite an easy one to pull off. Alright, it has got corrosion underneath it. I did try to get it off earlier, but this puller is now pulling this off. You can see the corrosion appear. Okay, the reason you really want to take the timing pulley off on the crank is to do the seal. Alright, if the seal's okay, then possibly you'd decide to leave it in place. Right, always when you're using some of these tools, remember that something like the boss, alright, don't forget things like that. Alright, now what I'll be doing is cleaning the corrosion off the rest of the crank here. Alright, that'll help me fit the pulley back on again later, and if I need to take it off, it won't be so hard. Okay, well we're looking at the camshaft pulley here, 17mm socket. I'd advise cracking this off before you take the timing belt off, and then you can unscrew it later. Alright, this washer has an O-ring in it, okay, and the bolt does too. These are very important to make sure that you change them so that this doesn't leak later on. Alright, it's absolutely vital. So now we're going to go ahead and pull the cam pulley off. Using the boss in the center, okay, and this part of the tool. Alright, which is the 2 screws, sliders if you like, the block and the threaded piece. Okay, this is very straightforward. This is how pullers operate, okay, is giving an even force through the centre, okay, to be able to pull something off. You can't pull it off side by side, as it were, or jiggling it. That's a lot harder, it's a lot more energy spent, whereas this isn't. Okay, so this, fairly easy, there you go, that's dropped off. No damage to the pulley teeth whatsoever, okay, and the seal's exposed. Okay, just a little reminder, pulling either the crank or the cam pulleys off, alright, is that you do have keyways which you have to be aware. Alright, the seal's exposed, okay, just remember the keyway, check it's there before you refit. Okay, there you go.